My name's Gillian, and I have cancer in my lungs, and I've had the privilege, I should say, of being with DL Link for 18 months now. I was diagnosed in February 2018, and I've been on chemotherapy since then.
My name's Dale Schaefer. I was diagnosed in 2015 with stage 4 metastatic kidney cancer.
Hello, my name's Hannah. I'm 13 years old, and when I was 11 I was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma, which is cancer, which was in my sinus at the base of my skull. So DL Link was very, very important in that time because, especially at the hospital, my parents couldn't get there sometimes, so the DL Link would come and sit with me whenever I needed it. The one time when I was coming home from the hospital, my mom's tire popped or something like that, and then they came to fetch us and take us home. So they helped us a lot, and all the time they just come visit me, especially when I wasn't feeling well. It was really nice to just have someone come and say hi, Yeah.
I'm Mary Lazarus. I live at our parents' home. I'm 94 and 3/4 years old, 95 in October. Lynn was my table companion and became my friend at our parents' home. And one of the things for which I'm grateful is that she introduced me to DL Link.
No, well, DL Link are there for me. Other people don't understand DL Link. And
in what way are they there for you?
They're there. I know I can pick up the phone and they'll come and fetch me. I mean, they've got this driver, Hosea, who's my best friend. He's fantastic. I mean, I had to get to 73 to have a private driver.
The minute I was diagnosed, I sort of realized that not just me, but my whole family as well, all our physical and emotional needs are now changing drastically to where we were before. And I said to my wife, you know what, for us going forward now, we need help. My wife made 4 or 5 phone calls, and all 5 people said to her, go to DL Link and no one else. And we hadn't even heard of DL Link. I phoned that same day, I phoned DL Link. I don't remember who I spoke to. It was a lady at the switchboard, and I told her a quick background of myself, and she said, someone will come and see you tomorrow. And the next day, Gabi came to see me, we sat down, and that was basically, from that day onwards, they became, call it, an extension of my family.
I had never heard of it before, but since I have found, I've only been here to one meeting really, because
How did you find out about the DL Link?
Lynn told me all about it, and the last time I did come and we had this lovely meeting in the garden, and I found the people so warm, you in particular, Gabi, because that's been my contact more than anyone else, but all the people here, all the young people, the older people, the staff. Hosea, I must pay tribute to him. He is so good, he's so reliable, always on time with a smile. So I think very lucky to have him, and I'm very lucky to have a warm and pleasant and caring bunch of people around me. So thank you all very, very much.
Yishai was 10 days old when he was first diagnosed. He had an intussusception, and they found 11 tumors in his intestines. And later he was diagnosed with vascular infantile myofibromatosis. He started off with 287 tumors throughout his body. He had them in every organ, brain tumors, lung tumors. They were covering his bones. That's just when we started, and then every day this year he got a new tumor. Even though his disease isn't cancer, So his tumors are benign, but he still gets treated as if they were. So he's been getting chemotherapy since he was 4 weeks old. When we got the news, we were in shock. We were lost. We didn't know what to do. No one knew how to direct us because no one ever heard of this disease before. And it was very hard on the children. My kids are all very small, so I would be going to the hospital for a few weeks at a time and leaving them at home, and it was very challenging. The DL Link just held our hand through it. It was little things that we didn't know we needed. They would deliver art projects for the kids. Every day when we went to chemo, we'd come home and the kids would get to order whatever they wanted from Michelo's, and it was delivered. It was a treat. They got excited when their brother went to chemo because it meant that they were getting a surprise when they got home from the DL Link. If we were in hospital, they would deliver food for us. Just freshly baked challahs to let you know that someone's thinking about you and they care. It's nice to know that you have a partner in it, that you're not alone, because it's very lonely when you're ill.
Hi, I'm Laura Jersky.
And I'm Gavin, I'm Laura's husband.
And we're survivors. Well, I'm a breast cancer survivor. DL Link, I have no words. I don't even know where to begin. Not only have they been a support, they've been friends. They sort of backed me up. When I was first introduced to Gubby, I thought to myself, who is this guy stalking me? He kept calling me, and can I come with you to a scan? And I thought, well, I don't even know who you are, and he was so pushy, but in a really good way, and I couldn't get rid of Gubby. I kept thinking, well, I don't know what Gubby wants. And eventually I got to know the DL Link, and it was just the best choice I ever made going through this experience, because the things they did for me, how they lifted me up in so many ways, with positivity and hope, and helping me and my husband and family with meals. They would brighten up my son's day by bringing crafts through. And the nice thing was, he was always associating the DL Link with crafts and fun experiences. Obviously being 4 years old, he didn't understand what was going on.
Just such a positive force that came into our lives, and everything from big things to small things, whether it's crafts for our son, meals for us, hospital support, you name it, they have been there. And the most amazing thing, I think, is that even now we are, thank God, through the journey, Laura's mission, that they're still there for us, they still include us. They don't just like, okay, you guys are better now and that's it, and you're out of our lives. They include you in their family, it becomes more than just a support, they become really family.
There's also a lot of trauma involved with something like this, so the thing is, when it's ended, you're still sort of trying to make sense of everything, and so the fact that the DL Link is still there, whereas a lot of people, they don't understand. They think, oh well, once you're done with your radiation, it's over. But I think they really do understand that on many levels, it's not really over. You still have to rebuild, find a way, yeah.
On the day that I was diagnosed, not only my foundation, but that of my entire loved ones was shattered. And the DL Link provided that steel reinforcement that surrounded us and held us up to enable us to re-establish our own foundation and move forward. And the one thing that I always felt passionately about is that the DL Link, to be around for future generations, needed its own home. When I first met them, they were renting property, paying expensive rental, and Michelle and I often discussed the benefit of property ownership. So in true Michelle style,
she went out in a crusade to find a home for the DL Link. And the property we're sitting in is the property that was purchased. And you know, it has many benefits because it's going to be around long after the founders are no longer here.
My name is Ami Mendelssohn, and an interesting story because my mother was a Holocaust survivor, and so I grew up with a message of survival, and I guess I've taken that with me. I was diagnosed 7 years ago with metastasized breast cancer. From the start, my daughter linked me up with DL Link, and they've been absolutely amazing from the start. Supportive in terms of availability, in terms of food, kitkes, soup, and certainly got me through the initial period of shock and disorientation and unsureness of how to manage. I think the organization is amazing and hugely supportive, and I'm hugely appreciative of that.
I'm Danny Nussbaum, and this is my wife Marion. Well, we've been involved with DL Link for quite a few years. We actually started out as volunteers, ironically, and I used to do videography for DL Link,
and I came in and did office work. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2016.
And I was diagnosed about a year ago with cancer. It was quite a shock. Breast cancer as well. And both Marion and I have both undergone double mastectomies, so we believe in doing everything together.
DL Link is one of the most unbelievable organizations. I can't understand how people who have never been approached or have never approached DL Link can get through what they do on an everyday basis without that support. The fact that you're always there, you don't forget us, and we always know that someone is thinking about us and is with us. It makes such a difference in our lives.
It's changed your life.
Has, definitely.
Definitely.
My name is Shelley Felsher. My family and I have been very blessed to have DL Link be a support in our lives over the last few years. My daughter has been on a medical journey that has had very rough patches, and through some very dark times, DL Link was there as an incredible support for us. I feel that a very powerful energy that drives DL Link is where it started and how it started and who it actually was started by. Devorah Leah, Michelle's late daughter, had a dream, and that was for an organization to be set up to help other families and patients going through difficult times with cancer to have a support system. And that was actually the seed for DL Link. And unfortunately, Devorah Leah passed away. And in her memory and in using her beautiful energy, Michelle created the DL Link. And it really is an incredible tribute to her daughter and an amazing way to perpetuate her memory, but more than that, to really make that dream a reality and help so many people.